Guess who didn't like this movie? This guy. Tubi originals. They are hit and miss, mostly miss. And after the success of the film Lowlifes, which I just got to interview the directors, which was wonderful, I've been trying to find another Tubi original that is going to have some impact. They release like one a year that is good, and then everything else seems to be trash. Sometimes it can be entertaining trash, like the Terror Train movies, which I kind of found entertaining, even though I knew they were bad. And then you get a lot of trash that is just genuinely trash. One thing I will say about Tubi, though, that I do think is a positive. Some people would see this as a negative because they're idiots. But one thing I really do like about Tubi is that Tubi is the only streaming service that casts black people as their leads a lot, right? I don't know if who runs Tubi, the heads of Tubi are black or what, I don't know, but I have noticed that a lot of what they put out have black leads, and I think that's great. I feel like they're so underrepresented as leads in horror, and of course the trope of like the black people die first and they're really just kind of secondary characters for years and years and years, and we still to this day barely ever get black leads, and to see Tubi putting out a whole shitload of movies, like if you look at most Tubi originals, like 7 out of 10 of them have either a primarily black cast or like at least a couple black leads. And I think that's great. And we do get a black lead here, our main girl. That said, I think she's not good in this movie. I think she's very uninteresting. I think she's very flat. I think that she just doesn't give a performance that makes me give a shit about her. And I'm supposed to care. So we get 2 actors in here from the television series From, which we cover here on the channel week to week when it airs, the MGM original show that we really enjoy. And it was interesting to see both of them because the older woman in this who plays the mom of the other actor from it's always weird to say from. I think she's great. I think she's a great actress, and I actually think she's rather good in this movie. And her son, he's kind of very similar to how he is in From. He's good, but I think she's really good. But this is about a guy who brings back his girlfriend. His girlfriend is this daughter of some wealthy dude, and he lives in a trailer park. And he's bringing her back to his trailer park to introduce her to his family. And there is this like event that takes place in town every year, I want to say. And it's like the Mummers or something like that. And people wear masks, and you have to guess their riddle correctly so that they will reveal who they are to you. And there's this masked killer that's going around killing people, and then you're wondering who it is. The way they play this, the way that whole thing is written with you have to solve riddles in order to figure out the identity. And it's like, oh, that's going to be an interesting reveal later. And how is that going to play into the film? Not well. I don't think that the idea of this film is integrated into the potential at all. I don't think that those mesh, that was supposed to be something that was like, oh, that's a kind of a cool idea, right? Like this whole town is playing a game of guess who under these masks. And it's just like every 5 seconds, everyone's just kind of like saying a riddle and then taking off their masks. And it's like, and then putting them back on and then saying it again. You're never really unclear of who's under any mask, almost ever, except for the killer. But everyone else is always around, and they're always revealing themselves, and they're always just like kind of having a good time. And then we kind of randomly cut to a scene away from everyone else where someone's killing someone while doing the same thing. And then we get the reveal of what's happening. And it's kind of very ho-hum, like, okay, I like, that makes sense, but it's not really all that interesting. It's not really all that relevant to the concept that you came up with. And then there's like a second reveal, which isn't all that surprising too. But once again, it's like, yeah, but once again, how, I said once again twice there, so twice again. You're not utilizing your concept. This needs a complete rewrite from what concept you're using here. I just did not feel this worked at all conceptually. You have the very basic framework of this idea of everyone in town is going to be playing this game of Guess Who, and everyone's hidden. But to continue to keep revealing who everyone is and exactly where they're at in relation to our character, and then cut away to other scenes far away where the killer's killing, it doesn't add any intrigue to the plot of questioning who the killer is, because you know it's not this, because they're right here and this person's off here. And every time it kind of cuts back and forth, it makes it very clear that it's none of these people. And it's supposed to be a game of Guess Who. The whole film should be hidden identities. Maybe everyone at the beginning introduces themselves and then they put on their costumes, but they do so behind closed doors so that you don't know who anyone is throughout the film. And then one by one, they're revealed and you go, oh, it's not them. Okay, shit, I kind of had it. So you set up the first 30 minutes of red herrings. And then they all decide it's time to cover ourselves. We don't know what costume anyone's wearing. And then this person is kind of set out into the world of all these different people who are trying to get her to guess their riddles while someone is killing. You don't know who that is. And then slowly it's revealed it isn't this person. You're like, shit, I had my money on them. That is not how this plays out at all. Not for 1 second. And that is exactly how this film should play out. The concept calls for that. And it's not done here at all. Not even slightly. You're never, ever wondering who's killing. It never feels that way. And that's just crazy to me. Because the literal concept of the movie, the title of the movie is Guess Who. But in the end, it doesn't even really matter. So, crazy failure when it comes to this conceptually. Really, honestly, kind of like shockingly mishandled when you have that concept, because most slashers are whodunits. And you have this idea where everyone is purposefully hiding their identity. You don't set up everyone's potential, the potential that they could be the suspect. And it's kind of baffling to me, honestly. I think this is a super poor movie. The kills are all fucking lame as hell. Just stabby, blood on the knife. They fall over, the end. No gore, no. It's supposed to be like a slasher. You fumble the story, the characters are uninteresting, and the kills are fucking terrible. What kind of slasher do you have here? Extremely forgettable one. Guess who will forget this movie as soon as I get out of here? Me. Bye.